What is going on, guys? It's Backyard Jay. Here I am. I'm gonna need my shades because the future's so bright for me. Yeah, I know. I ain't buying that shit either. So let me give you guys a tour of the newest purchase. I bought this for me originally to replace the Jetta because I was tired of not having heat in the winter. And the reason why a diesel engine may not have heat in the winter is if they take longer to warm up. Basically, like just sitting there idling, they're not really going to warm up. There is new technology in the new diesels where they actually do. They use the EGR system, which the Jettas kind of did too, but they didn't do it so well to the point where the intakes were clogging up with carbon, and it was just a mess. So my car doesn't have any of that anymore. That's why I don't really get heat very well in the winter, and that's why we're putting the diesel heater install in the Jetta. That's because I'm keeping this car now, my Jetta. Because the car I got to replace it, my wife drove, and she liked it. And she drove it again, and she loved it. And we ended up selling our Toyota, and now she drives this full time. And I'm just stuck with my Jetta for the winter, but now she has this year round. So it's good anyways, because it's a good family hauler. It's a good size, gets, us and the kids and the dog and the groceries and everything else. So here it is. Want to see it? I'll show it to you. Oh my God, Backyard Jay, you got a Jeep Cherokee. Grand Cherokee. And it's really great. It's a diesel as well. It's got the 3-liter Mercedes-Benz V6 diesel, as well as the 5-speed automatic Mercedes transmission. So there it is, actually in really good condition. Came out of Toronto, so it does have like scuffs and bumps and whatever. I need to polish up the headlights and shit yet. And of course, like, the wife's moved right into it. Got to paint the wiper arms and whatnot, but that's to be expected. This is it. Bam. Came with like brand new all-terrains. You guys would never even believe what I paid for this thing. So I'm just actually about to wash it, so I'll attach a couple pictures of it all finished and shined up at the end of the video. There it is. 3-liter diesel. Alright, let's hop in. Oh, you know what? We're going to need keys, because of course you want to really check it out. You really want to check it out. You're going to need keys. It's got all the bells and whistles. You can move the pedals up and downs. It's got the air conditioning, the 120 volt plug in the back there. It's got the rear HVAC, which is nice. 4-low. Somebody, of course, in the past has peeled. This is supposed to be chrome. They peeled all the chrome off it. It's just plastic covered shit. But heated seats, of course, they're leather. It's got hill descent, which is kind of cool. But we'll never use it. And then ESP, which we'll never use as well. And then all the bells and whistles. Now, I know what you're thinking. Damn, that's a lot of mileage. It's pretty high. It's pretty high mileage. This is the best part. There was an issue with this. Had an airbag light on. Still has the airbag light on. Because I do have to fix that. I have the clock spring to replace inside the steering column here. And yeah, so the best part is that I got it from a dealership. I got it wholesaled to my dealership that I work at for a very low price because they screwed up. When they first took this in on trade, it had 175,000 kilometers on it, which is nothing. It's just nothing on these things. Neither is this, actually, believe it or not. We have customers with these 3-liter Mercedes diesels that are at like $500,000, and they've not put any money into them. It's just regular routine maintenance is the only thing we ever do to them. So the funny thing is, so I got this at $275, and I was okay with that. I bought it for that, but then I found out afterwards when we went and did the registration and everything that I actually had $175 on it. So they didn't know what the problem with this airbag light was. They didn't know how to fix it. Well, when you're driving down the road, it just depends. Sometimes if you have the wheel in the perfect position, it'll actually go out. And then as soon as you turn a little bit, it just comes back on. So it's just a clock spring in here. It's actually a really common problem on these things. No big deal. So instead of actually like finding out what was wrong with it, they got a cluster. They just changed the cluster. And I wonder if I have to start this all over because I didn't even realize that my wife's fucking music was on. They just changed the cluster. They changed one with 275. And so I got the printout from the vehicle history, and the month before I got it, so like the month before, when the dealership got it and they registered it, it had 175. Well, why does it have 275 now? It's impossible to put 100,000 on in a month, especially when it's sitting on a lot. So that's awesome and hilarious at the same time, because this is a very expensive Jeep and we didn't pay very much for it. All right, I'll tell you, $4,000. Obviously that's as is. I had to safety it, but it didn't need anything. But well, I put a ball joint in it, to be fair. So it's got the touch screen and all this crap. It's got the Uconnect, which is pretty cool. Boston acoustic stereo system sounds really good. The AC's blown cold, cruise control, like I said, all the bells and whistles, and bam, got that. Got to have the DVD for the Wii one, and lots of space, lots and lots of space. So let's check out this Mercedes. There it is. Normally they have an engine cover. This one doesn't. I don't know where it is. Never came with one, so that's it. All right. So that's that. It's pretty sweet. Coolant level hasn't moved. The sound you hear there is actually the the block plate. They have like a throttle body type of thing on diesels nowadays, and that's in case basically you have a runaway. That plate closes when you shut the engine off. Basically if the engine were to still be running, it would choke it out. So that's what that does. Actually, the Jetta has that too. Just replace the fuel filter, replace the oil filter, which is inside there, of course. Brand new, full synthetics, which you do need to run in these Mercedes engines. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Whoop, sorry about that. Okay, guys, well, now I'm going to go back in the video and make sure that that fucking music's not playing, because if it is, I won't get my AdSense. Not like it's jack shit anyway. But, cool beans. Like, rate, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the fucking bell, yo. Just be like, BOONG!